They want you to be weak. That's why you need to become strong. It's really unbelievable how tricky it is dealing with women. They will complain to you that you are the exact things that they really want. They'll say that you're mean, you're not nice enough, you don't pay enough attention to them. And then they'll go and cheat on you with a guy who doesn't give a shit about them whatsoever. They'll leave you for being too nice, but they'll complain while they're with you that you're not nice enough. They're really testing you to see whether or not you're going to cave in. They're going to give up on who you really are in order to appease them or please them. You cannot be accommodative. Not even a little bit. You want to go and show your effort. Make sure that you show them you're going to be dedicated in your time. You're going to listen to them. You're going to give up some of the things that you like. You hang out with your friends, some of the hobbies that you have. You're going to give up yourself for them. They don't want your friggin' time. They don't want your time. In some sense, well, yeah, of course they want your money, but they don't really want a man who's going to give them everything either. They want a man who can give them everything, but they don't want a man who will give them everything. You cannot give up yourself. You really need to have boundaries. You really have to be an asshole. You have to be quite brutal. And it's not just with women. It's dealing with people in general. If you do not incorporate your shadow or that dark side of you that you're trying to hide, you're hiding it for her. You're hiding it so you don't scare her, or you're not too aggressive, you're not too mean, so that you can prove to her you're willing to, submit yourself. But you can't do this. You need to show her you are untamable, uncontrollable. Now, granted, if you're just meeting people and dealing with people, you will have a lot more people that you push away living like this. Those control freaks, those women who want to have someone they can control. If you start off by proving and demonstrating you will not control me, you're going to piss those women off. But who cares? They can hit the rocks. I don't want a woman like that anyway. You simply, if I want to summarize this, cannot give up yourself. Not even an inch. You must be a man who is willing to stand up and to defend what you believe in, even against a woman. You need to be a man who's prepared to lose her, who's prepared to walk away. There's always going to be a power dynamic. And it really comes down to who is willing to leave the other person. Who's going to miss them too. Because if they're pulling back and you pull back, and you're playing chicken like that, it's only once it's determined that you're the real one who doesn't give a crap if she's gone. At that point, that's when you begin to win the power struggle. Then everything begins to go your way. So that means that you need to be willing to walk away from these women if you need to just straight up give them up in your life. No longer talk to them, no longer have communication with them. Be willing to be alone. You need to stop having this desperation for pussy, this desperate need that you'll really just allow them to treat you any way they want in order just to hopefully make sure that you keep them calm enough to get with them. I mean, F it. If they're giving you too much of a hard time, just take that shit. I don't want to be responsible for convincing people to do illegal things, but they like that, to tell you the truth. In some sense. I'm not, you got to understand these things. I can't give advice in that regard because I don't know you people out there. Maybe some of you might be weird. I just know in certain circumstances, that's what they're testing. Sometimes they want to say, oh no, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. Sometimes they're testing to see what kind of man you are. How long you're going to let that shit go on. How long you're going to put up with that. Whether or not you are a man who will tolerate that. And boundaries mean you need to have something that you stand for and that you're not going to tolerate. I'm not going to let you speak to me this way. I'm not going to let you deny me this way. I'm not going to let you treat me this way. I'm not going to let you do any of these disrespectful things. If you continue to do them, I'm going to leave you. And I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm going to go find someone else who's going to do exactly what you would do, except for better. They're going to listen. They're going to listen to me. You don't need to be with me. I don't need anybody. I'm perfectly fine by myself. And more than that, you have a tremendous benefit by being with me. And this is the kind of attitude that you need to walk around the world living in. Because I know a woman is benefited by my presence. I'm loyal. I'm hardworking. But I'm not here to lift up myself or lift up my value. That's supposed to be clearly seen. I do know I'm not going to do things that are going to devalue myself. I'm not going to allow you to devalue me. And for that, you need to stand your ground. You need to have your boundaries. And when you do this, women will respect you more.